What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another Your Honor video if you're new. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for Your Honor Season 1, Episode 2. If you're a fan of Your Honor, if you love Your Honor, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on Your Honor, you get them. Now, this is part 2 to season 1. Every episode is called part 1, part 2, and so on. So this is part 2. The description for this episode reads, on the anniversary of his wife's death, Michael and Adam create an alibi for the day of the accident. A favor for Michael pulls his close friends Charlie and Lee into the web of deception. Kofi gets approached about a job. I thought this was such a good episode, and I feel so bad for this guy, Kofi. I'm going to get more into that later on, but I really feel bad for this guy. Now, in part 2, there's this car that Adam used to accidentally run down and kill Rocco Baxter. And Rocco Baxter is the son of this gangster or this mobster or whatever. You guys found that out in episode 1. Now, the car happens to belong to Adam's late mother, Robin. So it ties back to the family, and the car contains a lot of incriminating evidence. The vehicle has to go, and it's Michael's first thought to call his friend. He finesses a favor, and the job of getting rid of the vehicle falls to a young black gang affiliated man named Kofi. His name is Kofi Jones, and he ends up taking the fall for everything. Now we see Michael take Adam to Robin's grave on the anniversary of her death, and he does this, to maintain the alibi that he's cooking up. He's trying to have an alibi for Adam and himself. The point is obvious on why he does this. Adam says that he might not be able to do all this, and Michael tells him that yes, you can. We have to, or we die. So this is pretty much a life or death situation. Adam has to play along. He has to do everything Michael says, or he's dead. Almost immediately in part 2, though, Michael's plan backfires. He tries to play off the theft of Robin's car to Nancy. Nancy is the detective in this episode. He was hoping that him doing all this would make the detective not investigate things too urgently, but her reaction is quite the opposite of what he intended. She's determined to track down whoever stole the car on the anniversary of Robin's death, too. Now, Kofi is doing the job that his boy told him to do, and he's pulled over by the police, and it doesn't surprise me because he's a young black man, and he's driving a car in an area where it looks like he's not supposed to be, so of course the police is going to pull him over. And we all know what tends to happen when young black men are pulled over by the police, and that's exactly what happened in this scene. He's caught with his GPS set for the scrapyard. This leads Nancy to suggest that, the theft might be a connection to Robin's murder. She told Michael about the car, and Michael goes to retrieve the vehicle. Now, what's so crazy about all this is the car isn't the only bit of evidence that proves Adam's involvement in the hit and run. Jimmy's people also have Adam's inhaler, which they're testing for DNA, and Django, the family dog, keeps trying to grab the bloody rag that's still under a bit of furniture in the house. So the dog still has some of the evidence from the accident. Now we see that Jimmy is so broken up about his son's death. We see a scene where he smashes up a bird cage with a golf club, and the bird is still in it. That's how crazy this dude is because his son died. We see that he's losing his mind. He's so upset about Rocco dying, so we know this dude is crazy. We know that if he finds out that Michael and Adam are involved in this in any way, that he will do some bad things to them. What sucks about all this for Michael is he has a great career. He's a judge, people literally address him as Your Honor. And he's doing all this, and this could ruin his entire career. Everything that he's built and everything that he's worked so hard to achieve, it could all be taken away because he's doing all this. And it's all for his stupid ass son. His son could have done things so much different, but because he decided to do things the way he did, it's playing out like this. Now, Kofi is eventually arrested for the hit and run, and this only makes Adam feel even more guilty. Now, Kofi is told by his gang members, like his higher up gang members, to plead guilty or else his mother and family will not be protected. In court, his gang tattoo does him no favors. The judge literally undresses him in the court and sees that he's affiliated with gangs, which I don't think that's allowed in a courtroom. I didn't think a judge could actually do that and strip your jail uniform off to see if you're involved in gangs. Like, that is crazy. Since he's involved in the Desire gang, he probably would have been indicted regardless of his plea, but it also has the knock-on effect of making Jimmy believe that the attack on Rocco was a gang hit. So now, this is what Jimmy believes. He believes that a street war is coming. You know, a war between the Desire and his crew. That might get Adam temporarily off the hook, but how much blood is gonna be on Michael's conscience before all this is over? You know, how much stuff is gonna happen, you know, before the truth actually comes out? Kofi also got gassed in this episode. He got tortured before he went to court to say his plea or whatever. He got tortured. They literally put him in a car and gassed him out. And it's just crazy, man. This dude literally did nothing and he's going down for all this. But that's pretty much everything that happened in this episode. I feel so bad for Kofi because he didn't do any of this. You know, you can tell Adam is feeling so guilty. He even went into the courtroom at the end of the episode. You know, he was just standing there, and he was there in the courtroom standing at the top of the court when Kofi was saying his plea. And Kofi seen him standing up there. So of course Kofi is gonna think that's suspicious and something is off with that. But I thought this was a solid episode. What did you guys think of this one? Did you like it? Comment your thoughts down below in the comment section. Comment your theories, thoughts, predictions, and everything else for the rest of the season. What do you think is going to happen in the next one? Let your boy know. Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all your honor content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy, FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.